What up, everybody? It's your boy, Higher Thinking, aka the Small Town Loser. You know what we about. We trying to make sure that we help people get themselves right, but also just trying to entertain for the night. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of the thing. For myself, truthfully, I didn't even want to record today. I have been so content in the life that I'm in right now because I've been able to be a dad, and that is so important to me. And so I've been really just focused on my family stuff and focusing on my life. I did get into a little bit of drama recently, but that's neither here nor there. I don't want to give nobody no shine. If you guys are on my Facebook platform, you guys can see what happened and who I called out and all that good stuff. But it was nothing crazy. It was just like a weirdo talking to my kid in a grocery store. And it may seem harmless, but the dude was extra weird about it.
I'm Chris Hansen.
Went straight to talking to my kid, and the dude was an SL. Super weird. But anyways, I'm not gonna go any more than that. It just, whatever. It's on there if you guys want to check it out. But it's just so crazy. That kind of stuff happened, which made me feel more protective of my family and wanted to just be more involved with them and just be around. You know what I mean? In the grand scheme of things, on a good note, guys, I've been getting my money right.
All right, money bags.
I have been talking to a financial advisor. Shout out Thomas Huffman, if you guys don't know Tom.
I was up late night balling.
So bad.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right.
Man, this guy works with nonprofit organizations. This guy helps people just like everyday Joe Schmoes, you and me, small town losers, just trying to make their money right.
It's raining money.
So he was putting me on and making me realize that, you know what, I'm not drowning in debt like I thought I was, which is awesome. And I'm not talking about my money. I'm not good. I'm not rich. I'm out here just like you guys, working a 9 to 5, making it work. It's working. I'm being a little bit more disciplined. I'm putting myself away. I did get my weight kind of crazy too. It was almost 2, but I lost 4 pounds. Count them. 4.
Beautiful.
4 of them. That's what's up. Instead of me being 278 pounds, I'm 274 pounds. I've been going to the gym. I've been eating apple cider, or drinking apple cider with the cinnamon and cayenne pepper, which is cool. It's horrible tasting, but I know it's really good for me. I'm still eating, but I'm not eating as much, like DoorDashing, doing crazy stuff, like nothing like that. So it's just been trying to stay cool, calm, collected, get my money right, be more strict, and so that I could be more beneficial to my family. And that's truly what I've been doing, guys. That I'm like, bro, I don't even want to record. I'm just so chill right now and consistent and just very content in what I'm doing at home.
No, come back.
Because straight up, proud dad moment for me. All right, this is between you and me. This is just between us. All right.
What?
Proud dad moment. Bought my kids some shoes, and it was cool. It was the first time me and him went in the store by ourselves. He held my hand. He didn't crash out. It was everything cool that was supposed to happen. It was really nice. It was fun. We were hanging out. We got him the shoes that he wanted to get, which, sorry to my
Elmo?
my elder emos out there. He went the Chucks route. We got him some Chucks so that we could, you know what I'm saying? I was able to buy that right then and there. Boom, got him for like 20 bucks. Pretty dope. Shout out Famous Footwear on that. But yeah, we got him some shoes. We were able to kick it, and just, it was a proud dad moment, man. It's just nice to be able to provide and do what I need to do, because truthfully, I had to figure out my own ways to make money. I had to figure out my own ways to do what I had to do. And so it was cool. And it's the littlest things. You're just buying some shoes, but truthfully, man, I didn't really have it like that growing up. It wasn't crazy. My mom did what she had to do. We had to let her cook and do what she had to do, but it worked, and she blessed us in the way she did, but we didn't have everything.
4 miles through blizzards to the rink, 4 miles back home.
But I was able to not have to worry about it and just be like, hey son, here's some shoes. Oh, he needs shoes. Let's go get shoes. I was able to do that for my whole family, my kids and all, and it was really good. It makes me feel good because I feel like I don't have the greatest self-esteem And a lot of the times I beat myself up a lot because I really do believe that I'm not as good as people think I am, and I really don't fit in the mold of everybody, and I don't feel like I really am able to connect with people as deep of connections. I see other people having these deeper connections, right?
Same guy, same pattern.
I think it's just imposter syndrome, truthfully. Man out, I'm cool and I can small talk and all that good stuff, but it's building these deeper friendships, or some people have, for me, feels like it's a little bit harder. And I know it's just spending time with people, but at the same time, I always just feel so guilty about hanging out with people because my family's got my family stuff. My girl's out here. My girl, when I'm at work, she's the one taking care of all the kids, and she's making sure everybody's good, and she's a soldier. She's not taking days off. She's not chilling and just doing whatever. She's grinding. She's making sure these kids are always fed, meals are always done, everybody's doing their part.
Come with me if you want to live.
And so for me to be like, all right, babe, deuces, I'm gonna go hang out with my friends and play Call of Duty or whatever, I feel guilty for that. So I don't do that. That's kind of why I feel like I don't really build these bonds with people, because it's just more energy that I gotta put out there for other people. And it's like, and I feel like I wouldn't be able to really go and hang out with them because I got you guys, I got this to do, I got music to do, I got merch to do, I got family, and my I almost said friends, but not my friends, but, and it's nothing against anybody. I'm just a low maintenance friend. You guys can just water me once and I'm cool for 6 months, a year. I'll come to maybe a birthday party, but a lot of times I'm just home, man. I never been a dad. I never had a dad. So being a dad is really just super freaking cool, man. I get to be a part of these kids' life. And on top of that, I got a bonus kid, bro. So it's even cooler because I get to be with all these people and I get to show love to these people. And it's something I didn't really get as a child. My mom did the best she could. My grandparents were there, so they did the best they could. But there's something about being a dad and having a dad to really look up to that really puts it in. Me never having that dad, it really, I feel like, has hindered those connections with people that I really felt like I needed. It made me go and search in different ways to different types of people looking for that father figure.
Daddy?
Which was horrid, dude. Honestly, I didn't say, I never was in gangs. I was never involved in gangs. But when I was growing up in California, they enticed me. And they would make me feel like, I'm like, oh, dude, I'd be such a badass, and da-da-da-da. And when I started to make those decisions to want to hang out with gang members or hang out with people who were more into crime and stuff, luckily, my family had their issue that happened that moved me out of California and into Texas and then Idaho, where I've been for, geez, man, 20 years now, which is kind of crazy to think about that I've been in Idaho for literally 20 years. I know you guys probably don't know, but I'm a California transplant. I lived in Cali. I lived in Sunnyvale, California for, since birth, so 92 till 2005. And then came back out this way, which I love. Honestly, there's nothing wrong with California, but it's just not for me. It's not something that I need or that I want, but it's not where I want to raise my family or nothing like that. It's too expensive, first of all, and I feel like the politics and the other things that go along with it, right? Gangs, criminal activity, the type of individuals that be out there, it's just not for me. Nothing wrong, whatever. People have their lives and they do their things, but for me personally, it's not something that I want for my life. It's not for me, respectfully. And so that's why I just do my own thing, man. It makes me just not want to be a part of that. Just not, you know what I'm saying? I feel like I bamboozled into that kind of lifestyle, and I almost went that path, but because I didn't really want that lifestyle and I was able to leave before it became too enticing, it made me realize the type of mentality and the people that they try to prey on to make you want to go that route. So it is what it is. Much love to all my people out there in the Bay Area that know me. All love, you know what I'm saying, and all my people out there who weren't involved in those types of lifestyles. Like, it's your game. Do what you want to do in your life. For me and mine, the only gang I fall under is Christianity. Shout out to God, because that's my one and only Lord and Savior. You know what I'm saying? I really just feel like I personally didn't even want to record, guys. It's crazy, bro. I'm living in this lifestyle that's so nice in the moment that I feel like it makes me almost not creative enough. But because I feel like I'm in this standstill of I want to do everything, it's kind of hard. Everything looks so good. Being a comedian sounds super dope. Merch stuff sounds real dope. Going in and making a bunch of music and making beats for myself sounds real dope. But at the same time, it's, oh, well, I want to do this, but I'm guilty because I'm not doing that. And then I want to do that, but it makes me feel guilty because I'm not doing these things and this and that. It's just everything looks so cool. Everything looks so fun. Everything looks so hip. And it's like I can't figure out what it is I want to do or how to get it done or make the time because of where I live at. The opportunities aren't really there. Music, I want to make my own merch, but that takes me away from the fam, and then it takes a long time, and it becomes a whole thing. And then I start to feel like I'm so double booked, and I feel like I'm not getting anything done. And that's kind of the deal. And then it's like, okay, you make the music, then you got to make the videos, and then you got to go and find the spots to film. And then for me, I do a lot of it on my breaks. I'll take my 30-minute lunch, and then I'll make a music video real quick and just try to just get my name out there a little bit more. And it's cool because you get a lot of haters doing that.
It's haters because they ain't us.
But when I'm doing it, it's so fun, and I love making and creating and doing, because it's like, there's a high to it. There's a high to just making something, creating something, and being able to just go and have somebody like it. Somebody just giving you props for something you did. There's such a high to it because everybody, I don't know, certain people are just so scared to even start. But once you get like that, hey, dude, that was sick, or hey, that's dope, it is everything. I've had people come up to me and just be like, Eric, man, your music does something for me. It really inspires me. The way that you do your statuses and the way that you're talking to people, man, it really does make me feel good, or it really did help me out today because I feel like this was meant for me. And those things happen, and it's super dope to just be a part of that and to know that something I'm creating is going out there and just doing God's work. And it's like, it's all through God. It ain't me. But it feels good when the stars align and I'm able to create something and throw it out there and somebody's like, yo, that's dope. Because nobody has to like my stuff. Nobody has to go in and be like a fan. Because there's a lot of haters when you're out there doing that kind of stuff, right? You're putting yourself out there and people can't fathom that because they either don't like what you're doing and they think they're better, which happens so much in the music industry. Every artist thinks they're better, even if they're not.
Fuck is haters because they ain't us.
And it's cool. That's what drives you. That's what gets you going, is because you want to prove to everybody that you are the best, that you're doing what you need to do and getting yourself out there. But it's like, at the same time, what can you do? We're just all trying to make it and do what we got to do to make sure that everything gets done. You know what I'm saying? A lot on my mind lately, though, guys. Truthfully, I feel like I've been having a lot on my mind lately. I want to say, I know a lot of people probably feel this way. My dad's out there. Shout out to all the dads. Shout out the moms, the parents. It feels like, man, sometimes I really feel like I just be thinking, am I really doing good enough? Parents want to talk about their kids and the schedules and everything that they got them into and all the stuff that they're doing. And the kids are like, oh, when my kid was 8 months old, he was studying algebra and getting this and that done. And my daughter's a scientist at 2. Fuck, dude. And I'm like, yeah, dude, my kid knows colors. You know what I'm saying? It becomes a whole ordeal where I'm like, man, am I doing enough as a father? Like, am I putting in enough effort? Am I like guiding the team, or am I doing my spot? Maybe it is what it is. At the same time, I feel like, yo, I am doing pretty dang good. My kids are good. My rent's paid. Life's glamorous, man. My girl's happy. I can't be mad. And it's like, but I have those thoughts in my mind. And I'm also, my big problem, especially with this podcast, is I do not want this to become some self-help guru. You know what I mean? I don't want this to be some sort of thing that where I'm like, where like sitting in a yurt and telling you why you should be eating, I don't know, dude, 3 square meals a day, but having to stand on your head and drink water. I don't want to do all that. That's not for me. I just want to share my experiences and talk to you guys on this platform to hope that maybe what I'm doing inspires you naturally. It's not something where I'm just doing a bunch of research and figuring out how that works. It's not what I want to do. It's not. I just personally want to talk until you guys tell me to shut up. And it's like, I want this to be more fun, and I want to build this into a pretty cool YouTube channel where we try different things. Or because one thing, let me be super real with you guys for a minute, I really don't know how to cook. I don't. So for me personally, I almost want to just try to cook stuff or try different products and just whatever. Have my girl make something and then I showcase it on the show and try it and whatever. Maybe not my girl's cooking because I don't want to walk that path. You're right. That's probably okay. The third one, that not every idea is a good idea, and that definitely was not a good idea.
Dumb.
So we'll stop on that one. But I want this to be more fun. I do definitely want to have more people on the podcast and interview style, talk to people. I expect this to be a lot more fun. Extend the team out, things like that. But for me personally, I just don't have the means or the location to be able to have people over. Because let's be real, I don't trust people. I definitely don't want people to be in my house who I don't really know. I don't want people in my spot hanging out where my kids hang out who aren't meant to be there. And it's as fun as I would love to have these people over, I definitely just, my family deserves to have their peace and to be chilling at their house and doing their stuff and just be naturally themselves in the house that we pay for to be natural in, right? And that's why I don't want to have people at the house filming, recording, whatever. And sure, I could set up my cameras, and which I don't have cameras, I have a cell phone and a webcam right here, and that's it. So for me personally, I just want to make sure that you guys understand that there's no hard feelings. It's not that I don't like y'all or nothing like that. It's just like, personally, you don't know who anybody really is. So I don't trust people to just want to come over and be around and have easy access to my family and kids, because you never know who somebody is later, 10 years later. You always hear about it later on in life where people have these allegations that just randomly pop up. And I don't want these people to even be exposed to my children. And that's what's been on my mind lately is that, dude, I went to college with a dude who literally ended up on a registered SO list in Idaho. And then that dude randomly came up and tried to talk to my kid and then walked away. Bro, I'm sorry, but don't talk to my children. I don't know you. I don't want to know you. I could go on about this. I don't want to. I really want to, but I don't want to. You know what? We're just going to leave it at that. But that's what's been on my mind a lot lately. It's just the animosity. That I think the worst thing that's crazy is that there's people out there who defend these people that I put on blast. And they're like, he's not even this and they're not that. And it's people will boldly just compare and defend people, these animals who are just sitting there preying on children, bro. And like, people will defend them. I don't know how the heck somebody can do that. I had people who just kept, and then another thing too is people kept coming into my inbox or in some of the comment section and be like, fight him, go fight him. I'm like, guys, do you guys not understand that I personally have a family, and my family means everything to me? I'm a second half of a partnership. And if I am failing, if I get locked up, if I mess up something and get myself caught up into some BS, bro, that means half the team is gone. You know what I mean? That means that's time away from my children. That means that I'm sitting there spending resources on something, on a person that doesn't matter to people, so that people out there on the internet could just be like, oh, dude, you're so badass. That's so stupid to me. It's so lame. I think that was the biggest thing for me growing up in California that I thought was so suspect, was that we would always try to make people love us, you know what I'm saying, in a way to, like, we want to be so macho to people that we want other men and other people who have no real love or care for us, want them to think that we're cool. Oh, that makes me it's so cringy. I used to be like that. I wanted my big homies to think I was so cool. And in reality, it's, dude, you look like such a fool doing that. And that's like, I feel like a lot of people throw themselves into that. They don't realize how much they really cut themselves by just trying to get other people to love them instead of just loving themselves and allowing that vibration, that radiation to just go out and to attract the right people to come into our lives. And that's what's crazy to me, is that all these people are telling me fight them. And I'm like, bro, who cares, dude? There's no reason to fight somebody. Even the guy messaging me on Facebook said, let's meet up, let's fight, let's do this, let's do that. And it's like, bro, no. Like, I'm not going to sit here and get you what you want just so that you can feel cool. Because it's like, what's going to happen if I win or lose? Are they going to change their behaviors? Probably not. You know, what happens if they win? They're just going to, what's going to happen? I'm going to go back to doing me and living my best life. They're going to go back to doing them and wrecking havoc into the community. So it's like, no matter what happens, people are just going to be who they are. You know, that's why I don't try to just allow myself to just sit there and fucking pretend that I'm Billy Badass when I'm not. And I'm not going to sit here and just try to appease everyone when I'm not that person, all right? I'm genuinely just myself, and I can only be one person. And if my family is happy and they love me, that is more than anybody else in the world. If my kids and my girl are proud of me, then I'm good. Everything else can go to and fro, because that's how it is in this game. People will love you. People will go in and say, give you all the opportunities in the world, but you can take a little step back to just try to get your life back in order. And guess what? It moves away from you. And then you can get it back and move it out and get it back and move it out and grind and do this and do that. That's what happens in life. That's what happens in this internet sphere. So for me personally, it's just like, whatever. I do this because I love it, and I just want to do this to hopefully maybe change somebody out there to just enjoy this and maybe have a distraction or learn something from it and just start a ripple effect to change the world in one way, shape, or form. It may not be me. I think it was Tupac. Didn't Tupac say that? He's like, I don't want to be the one to change the world. I want to be the droplet that starts to change, that has the chain reaction to start the world, to restart the world, or whatever he said. Obviously, I'm paraphrasing crazy, but yeah, that's the whole thing. That's what's been on my mind a lot lately today. It's just like, I just keep myself into that, and I feel like a lot of the times, bro, I think that's what turns me off about music. It turns me off about doing this type of stuff and everything. It's like, bro, why am I doing this? And it's like, these people, no offense to anybody here listening, and it's all love from my side to you, and I hope, I'm very grateful for the ones that do care and the ones that do share and the ones that do show love to the podcast, do show love to the music and everything that we're doing. But I will say that what really grinds my gears is, it makes me feel jaded in all of this, is that if people aren't going to care in a couple days or a week or a month or a year what we're doing, because society is just like, we need the now, we need it now, we need more now, right now, all the right now, we need now, right? And that's kind of, and if I don't provide that, then it's like the next day they forget about me, they move on and they go, and the majority of the people will. So it's like, it's just crazy to think about how many of us kill ourselves over this type of stuff, and it feels like I'm not even a blip in anybody's mind. It's crazy. It's just crazy to me. It's crazy to think about what we're doing and how this works out and how much we break our backs to just possibly not even matter and put so much energy into it. And that's why we got to do it for the love of doing it, because that's what's going to get us to do it. But that's why I feel like I've been so jaded about doing all this, because it's like, bro, for me personally, I'm nobody special, but I feel like I am ahead of the curve of some. But you see others get the ball. You see other people get their shine or do whatever, and it's like, oh, I feel it, bro. And it's love. There's no hate. I don't hate that somebody else did get it, but I do get annoyed a little bit that I'm like, damn, bro, I really am grinding. I really am putting my time in. I am beating these numbers that some of these people are getting, but they get the opportunity. And the reason for that is just because they probably networked. They shook hands. They showed love to the right people, and those people are like, they're the ones putting on the shows. They're putting on the videos. They're showing love, whatever. There's something that resonated with them that just didn't resonate with what I'm doing. And that's cool. That's what happens in life. And we have to just accept that. I have to accept that and allow myself to just be past that and keep working and keep grinding and keep making it happen and keep going. Because what I've learned, truthfully, in all this is that I personally, okay, so my job, right? My work. Everyone at my work believes that they are the best, right? They get the most tips. They do the most in the registers. They do the most work chore-wise and all this and all that. Everyone does. And everybody outside of the world that I'm in probably does the same thing. We all believe that we're doing all this work and we're grinding and we're making everything work and we're doing everything that we need to do. But in reality, results come to those who are really out there doing it. And sometimes we really aren't doing as much as we think we are. Sometimes really we aren't. Sometimes it's just luck. Sometimes you're just the person that was right there in the moment, and that's why you got that. You were just the one right then and there that just decided, hey, I'll do it. And got your spot, or you got those tips or whatever. And I think for myself is that I just didn't humble myself, allow God to have what's meant for me be over there, to be there for me. Instead, I allowed myself to get my pride aside and blind me from who and what is meant for me. Because sometimes we just be blocking ourselves, man. I blocked myself so many times. And even recently, I tried to go work at the prison, didn't get that job. And there was probably multiple reasons why I didn't get it, but I didn't get that job. And so it really bummed me out. I wanted to do this to benefit and help my family so we can get a house faster and do this and that. But because I didn't do that and I didn't get that job, I was able to obviously have a small baby crash out, right? Baby crash out and talk about whatever. And I tried to start this nest egg with Fidelity, but they told me I couldn't do it. And so I assumed it was because I work at a dispensary and cannabis money isn't good money for the overall, what do you call it? It's not for people who are trying to, I don't know. Cannabis money isn't money that people want to have in their things that are federal. So that's why it's harder to get a loan and it's harder to get working with banks and stuff like that. So it's just crazy. And so they denied me at the prison and everything else was going on there. And I think for me, that's what really bothered me personally. It's just all this stuff that's happening because I allowed my ego to tell me that I am better than what's really going on, and the work that I'm putting in it's worth at so much more value than where it is now. Because I feel like effort and the tenacity and all that, everything that we do, it's like stock. Sometimes the value of what we're doing, it's not really worth that much. But in other times, because that's why we do is to get that practice of being able, so when those opportunities do come, guess what? We're ready. And when that value is high, we can cash out with that effort that we have, right? And I think that was my problem, was that I was so narrow-minded because I allowed the walls of my ego to jam-pack me into this little wall and then have to try and fit who I am into this little box that's not me. And I feel like that's what put me in a weird place. But because everything didn't work out, it worked out in my favor. And I was able to get all my debt off, and I'm able to have more money aside to be able to put into the merch, the music, the recording, all that stuff, and be able to invest more into my kids and in my family and build a nest egg the right way. Because I made this complaint, little baby crash out turned into me talking to my homie who's a financial advisor who actually advised me to show how I can become better and allow my family to be better in the process, instead of just making a shit ton of money and acting stupid with all that money and then throwing it into the wind, and then just working way harder in a place that's probably not the greatest to then just be in the same place that I am, right? But that's how it goes sometimes. We have to fall and break our foundations and break everything to realize that, oh, maybe I was the problem. Right? Because that's what happens. That's what happened to me. And because these little falls and these failures, but remember, guys, never not try. Okay? It's beautiful to fail, because then you realize that that wasn't for you, and now you can move forward into other things that do work for you. And I think that was my biggest issue for myself, was that I was messing up in my realm because I wasn't allowing myself to then be better and do the good that I'm supposed to do. And so that's what happens. You know, how we learn, that's how we grow, that's how we do the things that we need to do and make the necessary changes to be better. And God just be working like that, man. Like, I don't remember the exact Bible verse. It's this Bible verse that's talking about, it's in Matthew, and it talks about Lily. Oh, what is it? Matthew. Sorry, I'm just looking it up. Bible verse about Lily. If I could spell. Okay, it's Matthew 6:28-30, and it says, "And why are you anxious about clothing? Consider the lilies of the field, how they grow. They neither toil nor spin. Yet I tell you, even Solomon in his glory was not arrayed like one of these." You know what I mean? And so what I'm saying is, I allow my ego and I allow my head to put me into this tunnel. And instead of just allowing God to work the way that God needs to work, I took the wheel and crashed it into a wall. And you know what? That's how sometimes you got to learn, dude. You got to crash that into a wall, I guess. And that's kind of like, in my life, I forgot, and I got so hurt over the prison, and I got so hurt over the investment thing, and I got so hurt over like what these people think of me, or this person turns away from me, and I got so worried about what this person might do to me, or this person might say about me. And in reality, it's like, be like the lily and just grow. Just live your life. Just allow God to move, and for you to have faith, for Eric, for myself to just have faith and allow God to work the way that they're supposed to. And everything was like, dude, all these failures, all these buildings that I destroyed, in them turning away, these doors closing, were the most beautiful things to ever happen to me. And I was able to just move on and move forward, which is dope. Anywho, yes, truthfully, like, what I just wanted to talk to you guys about today. I know that it may not be like how it normally is, but it's like, same time, I'm just trying to make this work, and I want this to work for you guys. And I truly am just emptying my mind. That's what I just want, something to empty my mind with, and hopes that it may resonate with you guys, and we could just continue that conversation. You know, this is me and you, and I want to make sure that you feel, or that I'm here for you. And it's just homies. We're just talking out. We're two small town losers chit-chatting in an aisle in a grocery store. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, much love to you guys. I appreciate y'all heavily. I also just want to remind you guys that, again, I do make merch. I got all my stuff ready. I'm trying to get more stuff out. I have a new hat coming out. We got new music coming out. And just remember that you guys do matter. You guys are awesome. You guys are killing it out there. And if you don't really feel like you are, guess what? Even if you're at rock bottom, you can still grow Because guess what? If you're at rock bottom, that's a dang good foundation to build on. I love y'all. And remember, it's higher thinking, higher living. Peace.